All right, let's start the meeting with a huge round of applause. Dear members and guests, I welcome you all to the 448th meeting of Eloquent Toastmasters Club. I request all of you to keep your mobile phone on silent. And it's a pleasure to host you today all. I'm very Sergeant at Arms for the today's meeting.
Sorry.
It happens. Yeah. So for the Eloquent Club, we have a special MRP that stands for Mission, Rules, and Passion. I'll state the mission of the club, that is, we provide a supportive and positive learning environment where members are empowered to develop their communication and leadership skills, which resulted in a greater self-confidence and personal growth. The second one is the rules. So there are 3 ground rules. First of all, please keep your mobile phones on silent mode or switch off. We have 10 seconds for that to check it once. The second is the turn on the videos and keep your for the on virtual audience, keep them on mute until and unless they are speaking. The third is the do not cross talk as it may hindrance the speaker. And if somebody needs to go out, they can wait till the speaker stops speaking. The third is the passion. I salute all the EC team for their hard work to make this meeting happen and a very successful one. And with this, I'd like to hand over the stage to the our VP-PR Toastmaster Rashmi.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. So I would like to welcome all the guests today and want everyone to give the introduction, why they are here, how they have joined. So I would like to welcome all the guests. So I would like to welcome all the guests and I would urge you to give a small introduction about yourself and what made you come today and what are you looking for. So I would like to start with you. What's your name, sir?
My name is Pankaj.
Okay. Can we have you on the stage, please?
Pankaj Sharma. I'm a cost accountant and working with Nestle. I have experience of 13 years in the Nestle. So I'm looking for maintain my self-confidence and grow in the communication skills. So that's why I joined this Toastmaster course. So I got to know from the organization and I met with Ashish and he explained me really well about this Toastmaster course and invited me as a guest if it suits to me, and then I will continue with that Toastmaster course. That's the level, but it's a very good course. Thank you.
Actually, Ashish is the mentor to so many new members and the experienced member here. So we would love to have you as a member in the upcoming meetings. So next is Akash.
Anil Shukla.
Anil Shukla.
Hi, so good morning, Toastmasters. Myself, Anil Shukla, and I'm working with Valency International as a med head and business head. And I have done engineering. I shifted in Gurgaon 5-6 months before. So coming to Toastmasters, So I don't feel we can find a platform better than this, where we can express ourselves, our stories, we can say. And apart from that, we get the feedback to improve ourselves. So that was the reason that brought me here. And looking forward to learn from all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Anil. I've heard so many table topic speeches from you in the virtual session, and I'm very happy that you joined us here in person. Okay, next. Yes. Vivanshu. Remember?
He's given multiple.
Then I'm looking forward to your icebreaker speech.
So hi everyone. Hi everyone. So I'm Vivanshu and I'm living in Gurgaon from last 5 to 6 years. If I talk about my profession, I am a sales professional, and I'm here because I want to improve my communication skills in terms of public speaking and presentation skills. Although I know a lot of about sales, but still I believe that in every place there's area to grow, and this will impact a lot because when I look highly successful people who are doing great things in sales, they always use these techniques even with the customers. So I want to enhance my skills. That's why I'm here, and I believe that I can do this.
Indeed, communication helps us in our selling techniques, and it's the life skill that I believe everyone should have. So I would congratulate you and wish you best of luck for your sales profession. Okay. Next is Nitin? Yatin.
Hey everyone, so my name is Yatin and I work as a program manager with Uber. I'm here because I want to hone my public speaking skills, and I think this is a great platform for me to practice and learn from all of you. So thank you for having me, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to the meeting.
Thank you, Yatin. From the virtual audience, I think Trisha, can you please unmute yourself and introduce?
Hi everyone. So today is my first class, and I'm working as a software engineer. And some of my friends are talking about Toastmaster. Toastmaster is the club you can talk to anyone, and you can increase your confidence and communication skills. That's why I joined the Toastmaster.
Thank you, Rishabh. Next. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Super. Wish you very good morning to all people present in person and virtual. We have full house today, and we still are expecting a few people who will join a little late. And I'll request Sharad to just touch base with mobile because a couple of guests are coming who are new, so they will need a little bit of assistance. Today's theme is about consistency, right? Imagine if you are in front of a large rock and you have a big bucket of water. You pick up that bucket of water and throw that water forcibly to the rock. What will happen?
Splash on the rock and
Nothing will happen. Big bucket of water. Let's say you have a water pump and you put 10 big buckets of water and throw it with full force on the rock. What will happen?
It might move a bit, but it won't budge as such.
If it's a big rock,
It won't budge.
yeah, I wish we were so powerful that we could
Yeah, it won't budge.
move the rock. Right? Yeah. On the contrary, now if that water you turn into the droplets and start dropping one by one on the rock. 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 day, 2 days. What's likely to happen?
Nothing.
Nothing? How many of you think nothing will happen?
Start some
Yeah, that's
Indirectly, the rock will start becoming weaker,
weaker
and
and
after years, I can say not just 1 day or 2 days, it will take years, maybe decades or maybe 100 years. The rock will be divided.
It
Yeah.
will release some dust particles and then
It will release some dust particles. Anybody else? Anyone from virtual audience? What will happen? If the droplets are falling on the rock, what will happen? Rishabh? Mayank? What's likely to happen?
it will start to break down.
It will start to break down. So
Yeah.
Yeah, yes. So this typically is the phenomena. If the same amount of water we keep splashing by buckets, nothing will happen. But instead, if that water is turned into a droplet, and that droplet keep falling for 1 minute, nothing will happen. For 1 hour, perhaps nothing will happen. For a few days, the rock will start having the mark for sure. First sign is it will make the mark. The droplet will make the mark, and that won't take too many days. Or I think 10 bucket of water, if you form it in the droplet, surely the rock will have the mark on the point it is dropping. Because the splash is having the impact on the entire rock, and its size is huge. But the droplet is hitting one particle again and again with that force daily, every minute, every second. It will make a mark. Yes?
Yes.
And as many of you said, if it continues for days, months, and year, it will hollow the rock. That's the superpower of consistency. That's what happened when instead of splashing, we apply consistency of dropping again and again and again. In this era, wherein intensity is what everyone is chasing, I can tell you the people who do great are the one who chase consistency. And that's why I call it a superpower. How many of you think you are already very good at consistency?
Trying to be.
I am not.
I am also not.
I am also not.
Anyone want to share their experience? If you are, why, what, why, how you are. If you are not,
The answer depends upon which habit you are talking about, Ashish. If you're talking about consistency in eating junk food, then I'm consistent.
and I can tell you that one was big one to break as well. And now I am tracking a habit, Mayank, on that whenever I have food from outside, and that's predominantly junk or too oily, etc., the goal which I have put for myself is I'll have not more than 2 or 3 bites. So that helps me to enjoy the taste, but at the same time to limit the adverse impact on the body. But you are right, on Netflix, and there are so many things, and one of the recent one which I found is, and this one was shocking. I was so consistent at it, but it's something bad, not so good. I was spending nearly 8 hours a day on my phone. 8 hours a day, ladies and gentlemen, I was spending on my phone. And if I had married my phone instead of my wife, I would have had a fantastic relationship by now. But unfortunately, I didn't marry phone, I married my wife. And instead of that, I'm spending time with this little device, 8 hours a day. That's when I took a goal of working on reducing it period by period, step by step. And I have the child control on my phone, by the way. But for all of you. And one of the child control is that from 10 p.m. to 7 p.m., I will make all the social media sites are blocked. It was giving me anxiety. I was watching likes, shares, and crazy stuff. It was giving me so much of anxiety. And thanks, Mayan, for adding that consistency in the social. And it is so easy to be consistent on those things. It's so easy. All right. But here we're talking about, of course, a positive consistency. But thanks for adding that. Risha wanted to say something.
Consistent way, I like to watch movies every day. and in the non-consistent way, I'm always thinking about I get up early and go to the gym, but it will never go.
Yeah, that's the sad reality. Yeah, or at the same time, I think none of us should be too harsh to ourselves. We are consistent on a few things. We walk every day, we eat every day.
We drink every
If
day.
Netflix allow, we sleep every day as well. If Netflix it's allowed. Sometimes it doesn't, and we have to be honest with it, right? But some of the things we are pretty consistent, right? And we don't even realize it. And that's the power of habits.
Yeah.
That whenever we are consistent, we don't even realize we are doing it. Whether it's a good thing or bad thing is separate, right? A topic which is separate. That's the power of consistency. If you are moving up day by day, if you are moving, if you're growing day by day, 1% grow day by day, in a year, where do you reach, you know?
37 times.
It's 37 times. If you are improving, if you're one, you keep growing 1% every day, you reach 37 times. And if you are deteriorating 1% every day, where do you go in 1 year? 0.01. You will not even exist. Obliterated. Right? So consistency works both ways. It can make for you, it can cut for you, it can kill you as well. And of course, our endeavor is to use it for the positive purposes. I am not here to put you down the road and have habits like my phone habit. Of course, all of us are human. And at the same time, what he said is that if we are not trying to be a friend of ourselves, if we're too critical of ourselves, that consistent improvement will never happen. And we will cover that. We will cover that very interestingly. Now, many of you are guests today, so a very, very warm welcome. For the benefit of the guests, the structure of the Toastmasters meeting is into 3 parts. The part 1 is what we call prepared speeches. In prepared speeches, as the name suggests, the speaker would have prepared the content beforehand. There will be a certain title. On that title, speaker will come and deliver his or her speech. Right? That's the first section of the Toastmaster. Second section is a very interesting section which we call table topics. In prepared speeches, of course, you have to pre-book it to come and speak. But in table topics, you have to speak impromptu. As you know, in life, we are not always having opportunity to prepare ourselves. Right? There are times when we prepare ourselves, but there are times on the fly we have to speak. And that's the table topic purpose. On table topic, you'll be given a topic by the table topic master. You'll have to come on the stage and participate. And in the table topics, everybody can participate. And therefore, it's a very, very interesting thing. Today, we have our table topic master, Dikshita, who's going to be giving topics to all of us. And I look forward to that particular session. The third section is what we call evaluation section. That's the last, but not the least. It's a very, very important section. Many of you who were guests said on the stage that because here we get evaluation, that's what makes Toastmasters good or great. Now, today our general evaluator is Professor Mayank Lakhani, and we invite him with your huge round of applause.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashish, and very good morning, everyone. It's very difficult to be the evaluator when Ashish is wearing the hat of TMoD. Well, as Ashish mentioned, I'll be leading the third and one of the important section of our Toastmaster meeting, which is general evaluation section. In Toastmasters, we not only believe in practice makes a man perfect, we also believe in practice along with evaluation will make a man perfect. So as an evaluator, we'll be evaluating various aspects of the meeting, including general as well as specific aspects, and also the evaluating the role players as well. And in this evaluation journey, of course, I'll be not alone, and I am having a tag team with me who will be helping me in evaluating various aspects of the meeting. So what I'll do, I'll now request my tag team one by one to introduce themselves and about their role. Firstly, I request Toastmaster Kashyap to please introduce the role of timer.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mayank, for the formal introduction. Greetings, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. So I'll be taking the role of the timer today, where I will be timing the table topics, the formal speeches, and the evaluation. So, and I will be also representing each specific cards for specific times. That is, for table topics, we'll be having 2 minutes of time, where when it reaches 1 minute, I will be showing the green card. And when it reaches 1 minute 30 seconds, the yellow. And when you reach 2 minutes, I'll be showing the red card. And also we'll have a grace time of 30 seconds. Plus, for the formal speeches, that is for the prepared speeches, we'll be having a time of 7 minutes, where I'll be representing the Green card for the first 5 minutes, yellow for 6, and 7, the red card. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kashyap, for nicely explaining your role. Now I request my another tag team member, Toastmaster Kraminka, to please come onto the stage and explain your role of a counter.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. My name is Karnika Verma, and today I'm playing the role of a counter. As a counter, I will count filler words and crutches words which you use in speeches, and these filler words can be like, so, you know. And I would also suggest that use try to take pauses whenever it's required instead of using filler words. And at the end of the meeting, I'll submit my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kraminka. The last role is the role of the grammarian. Unfortunately, I could not find any volunteer for the role of grammarian, so I am taking up this role myself. The role of grammarian, to give you a brief insight about the role of grammarian. As you all know, that grammar is certainly the backbone of any speech, and incorrect usage of grammar will defeat its whole purpose and meaning, and obviously the audience start losing interest as well. So as a role of grammarian, what I'll do, I'll keep a track of good as well as not so good usage of the grammar. And towards the end of the meeting, I'll share my detailed report on the good as well as not so good usage of the grammar. In addition to that, I will also share the word and phrase of the day. All the Toastmasters and guests who are speaking today, they are highly recommended to please use the word and the phrase of the day while they are speaking. The word of the day is Asidus, which is Asidous, Asidus. The meaning of Asidus is showing great care, attention, and perseverance in one's work or duties. I can give you a sentence example as well. The sentence is the team's assiduous efforts to meet the deadline resulted in highly successful project launch. The phrase of the day is burn the midnight oil. Burn the midnight oil is the phrase of the day. The meaning of this phrase is to work late into the night, especially to complete a task or to meet a deadline. The sentence, example sentence with this phrase is, with the audit report due tomorrow, she had no choice but to burn the midnight oil to finish it on time. So, as I said, all the speakers are recommended to use the word of the day asidus and the phrase of the day to burn the midnight oil while they are speaking. And as a gesture, token of appreciation, when someone uses the word or the phrase of the day, we show a thumbs up. All right, so this is the brief introduction about the role of general evaluator as well as the role of my team members. With this, I hand it back to the Toastmaster of the day, Ashish.
Thank you so much, Journal Evaluator. With regard to the theme, I'll be now sharing with you the just a moment. Thank you so much, Journal Evaluator. Whatever. With regard to the theme, I'll be now sharing with you the yes. So see, my voice got relayed back to me. Okay. So you can take your mobiles. Just I think it's some technological issue is not holding us back. Just give me a moment. So what we'll do is we'll cover this aspect after the first prepared speech because there is one technological issue which I need to send. So today, our first prepared speech, first and the only prepared speech is from Toastmaster Dikshita. And for Toastmaster Dikshita, the evaluator is going to be, Toastmaster Rashmi. Let me first invite Toastmaster Rashmi to share the speech objectives of Toastmaster Dikshita.
Toastmaster Dikshita. So your pathway is effective coaching, and the purpose of our speech is introduction to vocal variety and body language. And the topic is embracing life. So Toastmaster Dikshita, I would like to call you on the stage. Toastmaster Dikshita, embracing life, Toastmaster Dikshita. Hey everyone, today I will be giving my project level third part, that would be vocal variety and body language. And topic of the speech is embracing life. Before COVID, life looked very hectic and urgent, like eating in a restaurant, going to a movie theater, shopping during sale season. But during COVID, everything went on hold. I was working from home. I was happy. I was at ease because I had a lot of time for myself and I survived. In Assamese, there's a popular word called lahe lahe, which means to slow down. All these years, this word didn't make any sense to me. But now it does. This journey, this realization I didn't realize this overnight. It did took some time, reflection, and now it has led me to make some conscious decisions in my life. As on my path to make some intentional choices, I have decided that I'm going to allow everything that will add value to my life, and I'm going to discard everything that doesn't add value to my life. So on this journey, there are three most important pillars of my life. So let's talk about the first one. First is gratitude. We should all live at the moment, and we should try to paint a canvas as colorful, as vibrant as possible. But we are always focused on things which are in progress, which are yet to be started, or in a very messy, cluttered situation. In short, we are quite edgy about the future all the time. In such situation, if we close our eyes and sit down even for a minute, we'll realize, sorry. In such situation, if we close our eyes and sit silent even for a minute, I'm sure we'll find at least one thing to be grateful for. Gratitude shifts our mind from scarcity to abundance. Second is choices. With the paradox of choice, we are always defocused about everything. Few weeks back, I was watching MasterChef and I wanted to order one dessert. I realized I finished almost 2-3 episodes of MasterChef and I was still on deciding mode. This whole episode made me realize happiness is actually having less. In short, don't be slave to your mind. Make your mind your slave. Remember, the choice is a state, happiness is a state of mind. So let's make it intentional. Third, productivity. What do you guys mean by productivity? Anybody? From virtual audience, in person?
Use this time effectively
Okay.
to get output.
Okay. Anyone else?
Adding more value.
Yes. So let me define my productivity. So during the last week of August, I thought of taking leaves for 1 week because I had to exhaust my leaves. The moment the team got to know about my leaves, my Microsoft team was flooded with messages like where I'm going, what is this trip all about, is this it is international or domestic, a lot of questions came up. For the first time in my life, I decided not to entertain any of these questions because I didn't have a plan. I just wanted to take those leaves I want you to relax. I want you to see how the day unfolds on its own. As an adult, we are programmed to think that we really have to work hard to achieve happiness, money, and success. But in reality, if we have to define money, happiness, and success, then we all have an individual meaning to it. We are in constant battle to make ourselves better each day. But the question is, at what cost? We often conflate productivity with success and happiness. So, dear fellow Toastmasters, when you go back home today, take out your pen and a paper. Write down everything you know about yourself, your current reality, and anything you phantom about your future self. Do you ever think you'll be happy in any of these scenarios? Remember, this whole journey is yours. And sometimes we have to let go few of the things that would actually might lead to a deeper happiness and contentment. So let's embrace life lahe lahe. Let's savor each moment and let's make choices that are actually resonates with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Dikshita. Now is the time for all of us to take 1 minute and give her a feedback. Guests, you can go to the guest group and drop your feedback over there. I'll request all the audience member as well to take out this time, and timer, please help me with when the 1 minute time is over. Okay, all done. Thank you so much. Now we continue our theme of consistency, a superpower. Dikshita talked about lahe lahe. It's such a nice term, isn't it? It's first time I've heard about it. That indeed our life need to slow down. Perhaps we're moving a little too fast, not realizing that things which are happening. We were talking about example of fast food. We were talking about example of Netflix. Those are also habits. Those are also taking us somewhere, but where we perhaps ourselves don't know. But it's important if we can be a little more conscious and make some of the choices. Of course, 100% of the choices we cannot have consciously, but at least some of the choices consciously, our life would turn out to be better. I have on your on each one of your table a piece of paper, right? Now, what I need you to do, and those in the virtual audience, please grab a piece of paper if you don't have piece of paper and a pen. And what I need you to do is write down what is that one dream that you want to bring to one, not 10, not 100. What's that one dream you want to make it happen in your life? Of course, it will be different. Think it. Noted? All done. Virtual, all done. Sagar, Chintan, hi, good to have you. After a while, I think Tarun is a guest. Bhavna has also joined. Hi, Bhavna.
Done, Hello Ashish. Everyone. Hi. Hi, Ashish.
Yeah, all done. Note it down. One green. Yeah. Yes, Bhavna is having her daughter also along with. She's attending a wedding. So nice of her still to be here with us. Anyone would like to share about the dream? Anyone? Any volunteer who would like to share about the dream? Anyone?
I can go.
Yeah, Vanshika.
Okay. So my parents have done a lot for me from childhood. My mom had a very tough life growing up. She was homeless also for a very long time. So from there to where she's come and how much she's provided, I have always wanted to provide luxury to my parents, that they never have to think about money ever, and then they can live in a mansion or villa or something like that. So my biggest dream for now at least is to provide luxury to my parents.
Nice. Very nice. And very nice and kind of you to think about others. A lot of times we're thinking about ourselves, and that's not wrong. You know, in our life, of course, priorities are many, not just one. But thanks for sharing that. It's a noble cause of giving it back to the parents. And yes, in many of our cases, I think that the generation before has had much more difficult time in their life as compared to what we are going through. Thanks for sharing. So all of you will have, some will have the personal career, you know, relationships, giving it back. By the way, money is as a dream is not bad one. Of course, you know, Vanshika's dream has a little bit of personal side to it also. If they stay there, I can also, you know, my Micah will remain that. You know? So if they are staying in mansion, you know, if your dad become a king, you also become princess. So that's the fun of it, right? So but extremely good. Of course, in each of your dream, there will be obstacles. Yes? Yes, all of you agree? Anyone think there is no obstacle in my dream? Note down what are the 2-3 biggest obstacles. You can note down bullet point, you don't need to write down too much of details around both. Yeah. Show of the hand, how many of you have obstacle relating to resources? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Resources. How many of you have obstacle relating to time availability? Perhaps time is another resource, but yes, time availability will have some. How many of you have obstacles relating to self-doubts? Oh, majority of you. So that's a big one, isn't it? So self-doubt end up stopping us for doing many things. How many of you have fear of failure? Yeah, that stops us for quite a number of it. How many of you are procrastinators? So that's a big chunk. So you see, these are some of the common challenges, right? And I think when we love ourselves, you know, when we go for self-love, we need to love our challenges also. And in that, they are also equally part of our life. We can't have perhaps a situation when there are no challenges. Yes or no? We said we had the survey when nobody raised the hand, there are no obstacles. There will always be obstacles. There will be always rocks. You remember that example? And you have the bucket full of water. Now the choice is ours. What are we going to do? Drop it. Yeah. So next, what I want you to do, think of one step which you can take in next 40 days in this year. One step. And you can do that consistently, daily. If it is every minute. Like my wife, 7 hours a day, 8 hours a day, I was spending with it. You know, I've thought of divorcing it at least for part of it. Yeah, so now those of you are part of Sparks community know I am daily tracking to reduce my social media usage. Yeah. So one step which you can do, and try and have that step which you can do daily. Break it down to the step which you can do daily. Many of you have done. Yes, anybody want to share what's that one step you have written?
I mentioned review progress on daily basis.
Yeah, make progress daily basis, tiny progress, every little step. Like I think that's a very good one. Anil, congratulations, very good. Review progress every day. Yes, try and see if you can be a little more specific, it'll help. But even if you can't, and that's a good one. You know what they say in the book called Coaching for Performance, what the master of coaching, John Whitmore, says, awareness is the biggest weapon. If you give yourself awareness, your half the problems are sorted. And in your action, I see the element of awareness. Because if you are reviewing every day, what can I do now? Because we don't know. Next 40 days, we don't know what is in store for life. Right? So if every day you are reviewing, what can I do now? You have given yourself awareness, and that's such a big superpower in itself. Good. Anybody else want to share what small step you will take?
Exercise daily
Yeah,
to keep myself fit.
exercise
Daily to keep myself fit.
Yeah, and exercise daily will happen. You know, there are people who go for bariatric surgeries, right? And I was watching this Simon Sinek video in the morning. You know what he was saying? There are so many people who prefer to go to dentist instead of brushing their teeth twice every day, right? Because that is intensity, but brushing your teeth is consistency. How many times you can visit dentist to have your tooth plucked? In the end, you need to have something on the mouth to eat also, right? So intensity vis-a-vis consistency. The example of having the exercise daily instead of doing the surgery, bariatric surgery to manage your weight, or get into many other lifestyle issues which higher weight end up having. Thanks for sharing, Sagar. That was wonderful. Anybody else want to share? What one step? Yeah.
So I'm very lazy about the reading something, anything about this thing. I'm more interested in the practical things. So, but that is lacking for me in terms of vocal or in terms of communication. So I'll start reading some books or article or maybe novel that will help me in the future. Secondly, I am not spending time on myself, like she explained really well for happiness and everything. So I'm very workaholic. In the night, 2, 3, I just try to close things and I'll try to stop this thing in the night and spare some time for my physical activity, which I stopped in the last 4 to 5 years, since 4 to 5 years, and spare some time for myself. And it will also help me in reading some novels and spare time in that area.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, thank you. Thanks for sharing that content. You know, this is a proven technique, and one of the cycling club, it's called British Cycling Club, they applied it. You know what they did is they were struggling with regard to winning the contests. In 70 years of their history, they won only once. But then they went on to hire Sir Dave Brailsford. And what Sir Dave Brailsford did, he made them embrace continuous improvement, daily working on basics. And within a matter of years, that club won around 7 to 8 Olympic medals back to back twice. And they won 3 out of the 4 Tour de France. From 70 plus years of winning only once, in a matter of 7 to 8 years, they won so many times. And that's the power of consistency. That is the consistency, the superpower, which makes thing happen for all of us. Right? On that note, let me now invite our table topic master, that again happens to be Dikshita, to take forward the session with regard to table topics. May I have Dikshita on the stage, please?
Today I'll be playing the role of table topic master. So basically, I'll give a topic to everyone, like whoever volunteers, and the speaker has to speak for a minute, or at least for 1 minute, or maybe max at 2 minutes, right? And then yeah, so basically table topics are like fixed tempo speeches, and topics would be given on the spot, and it actually help us to think on our feet. Okay, so basically it helps us with the creativity, storytelling skills. Okay, so let's start with table topic today. So who would be the first one to go? Otherwise, I have to put everyone on spot now.
Vanshika,
Okay, come. Vanshika, second. Sorry, I missed you.
Yeah. Sorry?
And here you will be next.
Okay.
So today your topic would be, how do you relieve stress?
Yeah, no issue. I can start. Yeah. So I recall my time in 2020. So I was going through a phase in my life where I was struggling to sleep. I was just begging I can have 3-4 hours peaceful. And my condition was such that I was not even able to talk to anyone for 2 minutes. My confidence was zero. And then I was trying to find some kind of solution. So I discussed with a couple of my friends. I went to YouTube. I bought many books. Then certain methods I came to know, and I'm very happy. Today's session is regarding that consistency. I developed certain routines because relief is something which is an outcome of certain activities. In today's life is so much hectic. Like he was saying, 2 to 3 a.m. he is working. So, but in VP, we need to find a ways where we can get some time through the activities. So for me, relief is like a set of activities which can be, let's say, meditation. Second is exercise, right? Third is reading books. Fourth is knowing the methods by which people have achieved where we want to go, right? So these are the ways which gives me relief. So I think, yeah, thank you. That's all.
Thank you so much. It was actually, the points were actually weaved well, so it didn't feel like it was a first speech, but thank you so much. Vanshika, do you want to go second?
Yeah.
So, Vanshika, your topic is, how would you define a relaxed day?
A relaxed day.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can think for like 10 seconds and then you can start a speech. Thank you.
You're welcome. When I think of a relaxed day, a lot of things pop into my mind. In fact, just day before yesterday was my birthday, and the one thing that I asked from my parents was a relaxed day. And this is how I spend the day. I'm not a very social person. If I'm put in a social context, I would love to talk to people, but I don't willingly want to be in a social context most of the times. So, what I did, I stayed at home the entire day. I ordered my favorite cuisine, which is South Indian food from Naivedyam, one of my favorite restaurants. Sat back, watched some television. I love watching this TV show called Modern Family. Watched that. Sat back, read some books here and there by Frederick Backman, another favorite author of mine. And that's how my relaxed day started out. Now, another thing that I love to do is baking. If you follow me on Instagram, you'd probably see a lot of my cooking creations being posted every second day. So that is another part of having a relaxed day, which probably does not fit into the description of how relaxed days generally are. Well, that is sort of an insight of my relaxed day. Having a lot of work, not a lot of work to do, having some baking to do, reading some book here and there, ordering my favorite food. So, yeah, That's all. Thank you.
You, Anshita, and it totally resonates with me. So thanks a lot. So who's next? Sagar. Okay.
Hey, Dikshita, just a second. What was the name of the first person who came on the stage? I missed that.
Anil Shukla.
Anil Shukla.
Anil Shukla. Thank you.
Sagar, right? So 1 minute, Sagar. Let me just choose a topic for you. Sagar, the topic for you is: do you think our limitations are real or they are construct of our mind? Think for 10 seconds. If you want me to change the topic, I will.
Topic is fine. Just allow me a few seconds.
Okay.
Can you repeat the topic once again, please?
Yeah. Do you think limitations are real or they are just construct of our mind? You can speak any
Yeah.
of them.
Thank you, table topic master, and good afternoon, everyone, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. So I believe our limitations are not real; they are just the constructs of our mind. Uh, to relate to, I can share several examples. Recently, I was reading about a lady who was traveling in a train, and some goons, uh, they fought with her, and they threw her out of, the moving train, and she lost her legs, and she wanted to, climb Mount Everest. So, and initially she was very much frustrated. She was in pain, but then she realized that this disability will not anyway restrict her, and she worked hard. She took some external guidance, and she took medical help, and she tried a lot. She initially started walking, then running, and one day she was finally able to uh, reach the top of the Mount Everest. So I completely agree with a lot of time we always think that this I can't do. Like I was thinking that no, I can't lose my weight, but no, it is just in my mind. Even if it is, if suppose somebody is not able to do exercise for whatever the reason it is, he's having some pain, he can do some breathing exercise, he can put on diet, or he can do whatever he can do sitting, but he can lose weight. So I completely agree with the topic that limitation are just in our mind and nothing else. Over to you, table topic master.
Thank you, Sagar, for narrating a story. That's a perfect example of storytelling. Who's next? Chintan, yours will be last, huh?
Sure.
Welcome. Okay. Your topic is focused on what you have or what you lack. You have to choose anyone, okay? Or maybe you can just like a debate kind of thing. You can talk about both the pros and cons. Rule is yours.
Focus on what I know or
What you like?
what you lack. I think it's a debatable thing, and we should focus on both the aspect that what you are good at and what you are lacking at. The thing is, you need to focus on which the things in which you are good, so that you can ace it. And if you can ace it, then you can come in the 1% of the top field of that field. Suppose you are in your profession and working, and if you are in the 1% of that field, then you can successfully ace it, and you never feel any fear of losing a job, or maybe you can do your own startup and other activities. And we also, on the other hand, use the opportunity to see where we are lacking. I call this as opportunity because the things which you are lacking at, if you are improved on those aspects, make you do wonders on the fields, like if you need your communication to be improved, if you need your health to be improved, or if you are seeing that yes, this sort of things need to be improved in my life so that I can do live a better life. So that's, I think we need to think for the focus on the things which we are good at, so that we can do it better, or become achieving a perfection in that. And we need to focus on the things which we are lacking, so that we can improve that, and we can lead a better life. Over to you, Devadatta.
Thank you, Sharad. I love your confidence and I love the way you actually put down the pros and cons of the topic. So it was well done. Thank you so much. Any guests? Guest. Toastmaster guest.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So your topic is wild card. Like you can talk about anything you want for a minute. Wow. Any topic.
Be grateful, be grateful.
Basically, you can talk about any topic just for a minute. Any topic you want to talk about, your life, your education, your profession, anything. Just talk for a minute.
Anything.
Anything.
Give me 20 seconds.
That is a big challenge. That is a big challenge to talk. Take this.
Tough topic.
There's a movie Peaceful Warrior. I'll talk about this. So from last 2 years, if I talk about, I give many interviews, and when somebody asks me like which movie do you like most, I say that I like Peaceful Warrior, and they ask me what about other movies? I say just this is the only movie which have impacted me a lot, because this movie is based on the real life story of a Olympic gold medalist who was a gymnastic guy, and from his life I learned that we need to be present in our life. When he was in competition in the gymnastic in the Olympic, other people was thinking about like how to win, and this person was smiling and sitting calmly. His one friend asked him, how can you live in calmness this time? This is, and I'm so nervous. He said, no, I'm not nervous, because I know that I'm here not to compete. I'm here just to enjoy, just to do my best. I'm here just to present myself. And you are here to compete with me. And that's why he got the gold medal. And right now he's one of the public speaker and also a great writer. I forget the name actually, but yeah, this is about his story.
Dikshita, what was the name of the person who just spoke?
Ivanshu.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ganshu, I just love the way you crash the floor every time you are here. Doesn't feel like you're a newbie, but it's too good. Yeah. Chintan, are you next?
Yeah.
Sure.
Chintan, the topic for you is, do you think language can change our perception?
When grammarian mentioned that grammar is the backbone of a language,
what he meant by that. Because grammar is a very broad term. I can use the vocabulary that I have, very basic, but I still can connect with everyone who's listening to me. On the other hand, I can speak the language of Sashi Tharoor, where people cannot make out, but it looks amazing. It makes an impression that I am a speaker who knows great words. I believe language is also a broader term. You need to be a bit more specific of what you want to convey. Because not only the language makes perception, but it creates together, creates the reality of how someone sees our world. Because with the help of language, no matter which, even the sign language, it conveys more than what even we want to convey. There are people who are great at stringing the words like a chemist, putting one word next to other, just like a chemical atom. They know what word will go after another and make an explosion in the heart and soul of the people. And then there are people who don't know how to convey in a language that resonates. I had a long time dream to learn the language of effective conversation. English is just a medium which I had to master. But the language what I wanted to learn is to reach to the soul and hearts of people who are there in front of me. And they can see, feel, enjoy, cry, and laugh as I speak the words and the language of connection. So if you know the language well, it not only makes perception, but it creates reality. Thank you.
Thank you, Chintan. So basically, the table topics help us to think on our feet, and Chintan is working exactly. We can talk about any topics. Thank you so much. Who's next? We have time. Who's next? So your topic is, what is your favorite thing about your hometown? The topic is, what is your favorite thing about your hometown? Down. So you get 10 seconds of that.
What's your name?
Pankaj. So good afternoon, Toastmaster fellows. So I am from Punjab Moga. So the people are related are there are more accepting the people who are coming from outside, and they are very polite and calm and very accepting the other people, and they are respecting each and every person, and they are very polite with the things. They are very keen to get to know from where they are coming, and they want to understand what are their hobbies and what they can give in from there to him. As a person, if some outsider coming there, they are very chilled, like khao piyo ash karo kind of thing. They are not here in compete with them. They are interested to grow, but they also compete. They are not favoring them to compete with them and tell them it's not ki jealous factor. So they are avoiding the jealous factor, and they are always improve their self in terms of the only thing is that the culture there is that they are more focusing on the outside country. Now they are moving outside country, and they are moving to Canada, Australia, and most of the people in the nearby is moving and settle down in the outside country in the foreign. So that's the best thing, or it will be a worst thing for the future of the India or most of the areas, because the youngsters are not available. The old people are still there, and they are facing challenges in their life. So that's the thing they need to be entertain or manage this thing. Sometimes they are feel family constraint because they are outside, but sometimes it will not be possible for them to come to India in the difficult situation. That's the main, you can say, the negative part from the family and the love attraction point of view. So that's the thing. Thank you.
Sharad, can you please change the spotlight? I still see Chintan's name on my screen instead of the video.
Yeah, we'll do that. Rishabh, would you like to take the stage?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, is it okay now, Mayank?
No, I still see Chintan's name on the broader screen.
Okay, I'll address.
I'm trying to change at my end, but it's not working. I don't know.
No worries, I'll do that.
Okay, I changed to the gallery mode, but
No,
maybe you need to change the spotlight. Yeah.
I'll do that, yes, because it will not be
Yeah.
working. Yeah, it's okay now?
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Pankaj, for volunteering and breaking the barrier in your mind. So thanks a lot. Who's next?
Yes, Rishabh, would you like
Yeah.
to go?
Okay, Yatin, come.
Yatin, after Yatin, Rishabh, your turn, okay?
If you want to try any new food, what would you try?
Good afternoon, everyone. So I think food is a topic which is close to everyone's heart. All of us have, our favorite foods. Generally, we have very fond memories of, things we've eaten in our childhood, things which resonate with our culture. If I were to try something new, I think I would try something which I've never tried before. So when it comes to food, I'm very adventurous. While I obviously, love my home food and, so I come from a Punjabi family. So we, love our chana bhatura and, dal makhani and everything. But if I were to try something new, I think I would I remember going to a Chinese restaurant in my childhood, and I still regret why I did not try shark fin soup. It was there on that menu that day. And yeah, if I get an opportunity to go to that restaurant again, that is the first thing that I'm going to try. Despite the fact that people would, my family, when I even suggested that, I got a look of shock. I saw a look of shock and disapprovals on their face. But despite that fact, I go to brave that and, I can try that next time I go to that restaurant. So that's.
Thank you, Yatin, for your speech. And I'm sure everybody mouth salivates when we think about food. So who would be the next speaker?
Uh,
Rishabh, okay. Guess, right?
yes.
So what is your best quote or advice you have received?
Best quote and best advice. Okay, give me 1 minute.
Sure. Take your time. You want me to change your topic?
Fine. So can I start?
Okay, all right.
So yeah. So best advice. So I get from my brother. I get from my elder brother. So my elder brother doing a startup. So always say that ki, you want to do anything, just love it. So any work, any if you want to do coding, if you want to do anything if you want to do acting. So uh, you, you want to do you want to love that work. So that's it. Sorry.
For participating. Who's next? Your topic is first impression or ongoing conversation with a person. Thank you, Toastmaster Dikshita, for the topic. So my topic is first impression or the ongoing conversation. So actually, for me, first impression is important because even if I come to Toastmasters, which I try to come every Saturday, or maybe the alternate Saturdays. So I think for me, I totally believe in the first impression because when I get up and when I get ready, I feel the most confident and I feel the best of myself, and which makes me deliver and which makes me speak to my fullest. But this is not just the only thing when it comes to public speaking and conversations. The ongoing conversation that we make if we interact with someone, let's say we do the eye contact, or TM Dikshita, she asked a lot of questions to the audience, which showed that she is interested in the audience as well. So it helps to maintain and build the connection as well with all the audiences, and it helps to give the respect to the other person that I'm not the only one who's speaking. If the audience is listening, I'm respecting that, and I have so much to take away from the audience also. So for me, first impression definitely matters to me for my own confidence and ongoing conversation to just to maintain the long-term relationship with the person. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rashmi. And as promised, I gave you a topic that resonates with you. But if I have to summarize her speech, then I think it was a great speech because I love the way she presented herself, her body language within the time frame. Thank you all. That's all for today's talking, table talking. Thank you.
Thank you, Dikshita. Come on, that was a bit thanda claps. Let's continue on the theme of the day. That's on consistency. On that note, I'll take you a little bit away from consistency. Sometimes you should be inconsistent. Yes or no?
Yes.
Are you with me?
Yeah.
Only two of you. Are you with me?
Yes.
Yeah? Yes. Super. So I'm going to share with you a very nice story that quite touched my heart. This story is about a girl called Nancy. And what Nancy was doing, perhaps just like any one of us, she was doing her household chores, busy, waiting for her 5-year-old child to come back from school. And finally, at 2 p.m., the child rushed back and he was so happy. And he came to his mother and said, "Mom, it was a good day today. Teacher has given me a letter to be handed over to you." Nancy picked up that letter. And as she started reading it, her eyes were full of tears. The son asked, "What happened, Mom?" Nancy said, "Yeah, your school has written that your child is too brilliant. We cannot teach him. It would be good for the child if you teach him at home." That day passed, and this child started growing up. As the time progressed, days turned into months, months into years. The child turned out to be the best engineer, the best scientist of the century. And as the luck would have it, Nancy died one day, of course. And the child became old. And one of these days, that guy, scientist, was searching the closest, and they were doing perhaps Christmas cleaning. Diwali cleaning doesn't happen over there, right? They were doing the cleaning, and he chanced upon a piece of paper. Once he opened that paper read. He realized after looking at it that that's the same letter which he had got it from the school and handed over to his mom. And that paper read as follows. It read, your child is an adult. Adult is a person who's slow in his memory and who cannot do things properly. So this, we cannot teach him anymore. And instead, we would advise you to either change the school or teach him at home. You know the person I'm talking about? Any guesses?
Thomas Edison or Thomas Edison, I think.
Yeah, Thomas Edison. Yeah. And Thomas Edison that day had tears in his eyes, and you can imagine. And he wrote a quote that I was an adult, my mom turned me into a genius. This is what happens when we believe in ourselves or someone believes in us. Think of it, friends. For you all, are you a Nancy for yourself? Can you become a Nancy for yourself? Can you become a Nancy for people around you? Can you? Possible or not possible?
Yes.
Possible. Are you? That's the thought which I want to leave with all of us. That we all have that power. We all have that superpower to have self-belief. Because if we do not believe in ourselves, will anyone believe in us? Yeah. So that self-belief is so very important. Consistency is so very important. And you know what we do nowadays? We start putting the goal so big that achieving it becomes almost impossible right at the start. And therefore, those of you who attended the session which we had on the small habits, Amit Agarwal emphasized again and again, small steps. Small steps. Small steps help us to have that self-belief, to have that consistency, and to get the domino effect going in our life. And life can change. It changed the life of Thomas Edison, yes or no? Yes. And even ours can change. Are you all with me to make it happen in your own life? Yes?
Yes.
You all have the dream on the paper. You all have the step on the paper. Embrace consistency. Do not aspire to reach the mountain in one day. It won't happen. And this is one very common thing which I see in the world around today. You ask anyone, what is your one goal which you want to go? My goal, I want to become Miss Universe. Not me. Yeah. It won't happen in one day. Anybody who has succeeded, just go through his or her life. Michael Phelps, you've heard the name?
Yes.
From the age 12 to 18, any guesses how many days he used to practice?
Every day. 65 days in a year.
Every day, birthday, Christmas, every single day. And he says 1 day loss is actually 2 days lost. And it is true. One miss, your chances, you will need 2 days to recover back to the level you were day before. Right? And that's the kind of impact which you create by just 1 day. One miss is too many. Even one is too many. If you embrace that level of consistency, then the domino will start working in your life. Step by step, you will start having that positive impact, which can make a big difference in your life, in our life. On that happy note, I invite our general evaluator, Toastmaster Mayank Lakhani, to share with us the evaluation.
Wow. Before I start, please give a huge round of applause for our Toastmaster of the day. Amazing Toastmaster, Toastmaster Ashish. All right, moving on to the last leg of the meeting, which is general evaluation. The first is the evaluation of the prepared speech. The prepared speech was delivered by Toastmaster Dikshita. For that, I would like to call upon her evaluator, Toastmaster Rashmi, on the stage to give her evaluation.
For 400,000 years ago, when the man got the hold of the fire, everyone used to sit around the fire camp and tell the stories. That's how we human love storytelling. And my target speaker, Toastmaster Dikshita, you nailed it. Your storytelling, your speech was definitely inspiring, motivating, and it resonated with each one of us. So I would like to start with the things that I really liked about your speech. First is the tone. Your tone was soft, which actually complemented the title of your speech, that is Embracing Life. And the voice, the goal that you had was the voice modulation. So I think when you were telling your stories about the COVID, your voice was low and then you picked up, so which actually complemented your entire speech. Second is the structure of your speech was amazing. You started with the personal story, then you explained the three pillars, and in each of the pillar you added the personal story. Then you, in between your speech, you asked the audience about some questions, and some of the audiences actually replied to your question. That means you drew the attention of the audience back to your speech, and you made the eye contact also. Third is you added the CTA, call to action. I think every one of us has something to take back from your speech, and I would definitely go back home and jot down things I am grateful for. These are the things that I loved about your speech. Few things that you can work on is the body language. So your hand movement for the entire speech, it was like this. So maybe you can open up and express more when you're referring to past. Maybe you can do like this to refer to the past instead of having your hands like this for the entire speech. Then one small recommendation I have for you is I have heard your previous speeches as well, and most of the time you choose the topic related to the life and being grateful, which is a very good thing because we all resonate with this. And after working for entire 6 days, we want to, we are coming here every Saturday and we want to work on our life and self growth, but maybe you can try exploring more topics and expand your horizon and pick different genres. Third is you can work on the facial expression also, because for the entire speech your facial expression was pretty much consistent. And overall, I loved your speech. And I think the topic of today's thing was consistency, which was totally in line with your speech as well. And instead of burning the midnight oil every night, I think we all can just pause and be grateful for the things that we are already achieving in our lives and have already achieved. I think the purpose was amazing and it resonated with everyone. So I love your speech and looking forward to hear more speeches from you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rashmi, for such elaborative feedback. Thank you for that. Now I'll move to the feedback from my team members because I was playing two roles today, the role of grammarian as well as the role of general evaluator. So firstly, I invite myself so that when Kraminka and Kashyap are speaking, there is a break between the feedbacks that I am giving. I initially thought in the morning that I'll be able to manage both the roles, grammarian as well as the general evaluator. Maybe I took it lightly. It was not that easy, especially during the table topic discussion. I was finding it very hard. But let me share my report of grammarian. I hope I do justice. Firstly, the word and phrase of the day. The phrase of the day has been used by Toastmaster Rashmi, and word of the day was not used by anyone. I'll try to come up with a simpler word next time, maybe. Moving on to some good usage of grammar. When I say good usage of grammar, I'm not talking about any fancy English or funky words that people have used. I'm talking about few sentences which actually touched my heart and which actually go with me when I leave this meeting. So, firstly, from Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Ashish, there are few sentences which he used, which I would like to call out specifically. In this era, intensity is something everyone is chasing. So true. What a nice sentence. Second one, if I married to my phone instead to my wife, it would have been a great relationship. So true again. The third one he mentioned, if you keep growing 1% every day, you will be 37 times better at the end of the year. Wow. Fourth one, which I always believe and I always struggle to implement in my life, awareness is the biggest weapon. And I think this is the key takeaway, self-awareness. The fifth sentence, which I noted, and this is one of the two sentences which actually gave goosebumps to me during this entire meeting. I'll talk about the second sentence as well later, but this is the first one which gave me the goosebumps when he was talking about. Can you become Nancy to yourself? Can you become Nancy for others? Wow. The way he ended that story, it actually gave me the goosebumps. Next, there are some good sentences used by our speaker Dikshita. He mentioned that paint a canvas as colorful as possible. Second sentence, paradox of choice. We are all defocused about everything. So true. What to order? We always spend maybe 30 minutes or 1 hour in just Zomato and scrolling through Zomato and Swiggy. The third sentence she mentioned, don't be slave of your mind, make mind your slave. Fourth sentence she mentioned, I wanted to see how day unfolds on its own. Wow. The last sentence, which I liked, anything you phantom about your future. The next sentence, which actually gave me the goosebumps, it was from our very own Toastmaster Chintan. The sentence which I noted when he was talking, when he was giving speech during the table topic discussion, it is the second sentence which actually gave me the goosebumps. English is just a medium, and the language that I want to learn is something that reaches to the heart and soul of the people. Oh man, you got it. You got me at that sentence. What a very nice way to end your table topic discussion. Now I'll move on to the not so good usage of grammar. And here I will not mention names. I have not noted as well. And here, along with the incorrect usage of grammar, I'll talk about the correct usage as well. And when I say incorrect, it doesn't mean that it is completely incorrect. It means that there's a better way of framing it or phrasing it. One person said, professionally, I'm a cost accountant. The way it should be said it, by profession, I'm a cost accountant. Then someone said, I shifted to Gurgaon 5 years. Sorry, I shifted in Gurgaon 5 years ago. It should be, I shifted to Gurgaon 5 years back. Then someone said, I live in Gurgaon from last 5 years. It should be, I live in Gurgaon since last 5 years. Then someone said, it did took some time. This is the basic error everybody make. With did, never use second form of verb. It is, it, either you say it did take some time or simply say it took some time, right? Then someone said, let me define my productivity. The better way of saying is, let me define what productivity means to me. Then someone said, self-doubt stops us for doing so many things. It should be self-doubt stops us in doing so many things. Then someone said, the example of having exercise daily. It should be the example of doing exercise daily. Then someone said, this is lacking for me. The answer should be, this is lacking in me. Then one speaker used the word basically quite often. The person said, basically, I will give the topic. Basically, it will help us. I strongly emphasize, don't use this word basically. It has no meaning. Simply say, I will give topics and it will help us, right? Then someone said, I was begging if I can have 3-4 hours sleep. It should be, I was begging if I could get 3-4 hours sleep. Then someone said, my confidence was zero. The better way of saying is, I completely lost self-confidence. Then someone said, it's a debatable thing. The ideal way of saying it is a counterintuitive topic. Then someone said other people was thinking about. It should be other people were thinking about. Then someone said, how can you live in calmness in this situation? The better way of saying is, how are you so calm in this situation? Then someone said, very accepting to other people. It should be very welcoming to other people. The last I noted is they want to understand, uh, they want to understand what are the hobbies. The ideal way of saying is they are always curious to know what are your hobbies. So these are some of the areas as a grammarian I noted. Now I'll move on to my tag team to share feedback for other areas. I'll go to the timer of the day, Toastmaster Kashyap, to share the timer report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mayank. So I'm pleased to share the report of my role as a timer today. So I would like to say that all the speakers managed to stay within their allotted time. So great job and thank you.
Sorry, maybe I missed that. I was looking at other screen. Are you done, Toastmaster Kashyap?
Yes.
Okay.
Mention each and
I was like, oh God, I was looking at other screen. What happened?
So, okay, the table topics, because we have like 10 table topic speakers today.
Yeah, maybe you can take a picture and send it in the guest room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is why I just wanted to.
To the
So,
speaker, tell the time.
huh?
For speeches. For
Speeches, okay.
Speeches and the evaluator, you tell the
So
time.
now I'm caught, huh? So, as a time. So, Dikshita's speech was done in 4 minutes 59 seconds. So, you're just 1 second short by the allotted time. That's 5 minutes to 7 minutes.
30 seconds here and there.
Yeah. Then the evaluator by Rashmi was 3 minutes 17 seconds.
So not very fast from the speaker itself. Good job.
So, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Now I'll move on to the counter of the day, Toastmaster Kaminka.
Afternoon. So, speaker Toastmaster Dikshita, there are no filler words. And in table topic, guest Anil used so 5 times. Toastmaster Vansika used R 2 times. Toastmaster Sagar used R 6 times, 5 times, so 3 times and 2 times. Toastmaster Sharad used and 2 times, count 5 times, like 1, so 1, I think 1. Guest Vimansu used R 2 times. Toastmaster Chintan, there were no filler words. And guest Pankaj used R 2 times. Guest Jatin used R 5 times, 1 time, so 1 time. Guest Rishabh used R 6 times. And Toastmaster Rashmi used R 3 times, so 1 time, I think 1 time. And in evaluation, Toastmaster Rashmi used R 4 times and 2 times, 1 time, I think 1 time, and so 1 time. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kaminka. Now I again hand it back to myself, the general evaluator of the day, for the general feedback about the meeting. All right, what a great meeting we had. Firstly, we started 5 minutes late, which is always understandable with the technical problems that we face. We had a very nice address from our Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Sharad. Thank you for addressing us in the beginning. The only feedback for you is, if I'm not mistaken, this time you missed to mention that we do not need to use 3 words or 3 topics in a derogatory manner, sex, religion, or politics. If I'm not mistaken, you missed that this time. So that is something you need to mention, especially for the new audience and or the guests that we have. Then, Rashmi, you took up the role of the presiding officer at the very last moment. I think you justified really well. Thank you so much for taking that up. Moving on to the table topics speakers, and then I'll talk about the TMoD and the table topic master as well. It's always good to see so many guests in the meeting, and it's always good to have so many speakers speaking for the first time in this meeting. I noted few very small feedback points for each and everyone. And for the first time speakers, I will not be that harsh, don't worry. Firstly, it was Anil who spoke. He talked about how to relieve stress. I think you spoke for the first time. Overall, it was good. The only thing is you need to slightly structure is better, but I think you justified it well. Second was Toastmaster Vanchika. It's always a pleasure to have you as a table topic speaker. You nailed it really well. I think you linked it with your birthday, the relaxed day, and you properly explained the topic. Then we had Saga. The topic for you was around limitations. I think you picked up the nice story of that lady who fell down from the train and then she climbed Mount Everest. The only thing is, you were slightly struggling to structure that, which happens with me as well. It happens with anyone. The specific feedback for you is avoid using the word you know. I think you used you know multiple times in just 2 minutes. So that is the only feedback for you. Then we had Toastmaster Sharad. Toastmaster Sharad, for you, topic was around focus on two different things. And I think you justified well. Instead of choosing one, you explained both, which I personally like. The only feedback for you is when you are talking about both the choices, I think you should stick to the one first and then move to the another one instead of jumbling between the two during your discussion. Next was Divanshu. The topic for you was, I think, around flexibility. Nice story you narrated. The only specific feedback for you is you need to work on your grammar. You made some grammatical errors which I could not note during because I was struggling between the two things, but that is the only feedback for you. Chintan, you are my favorite top table topic speaker. I don't think I can evaluate you, and but yours was the best in my view. Then we had Pankaj. Pankaj, I know you spoke for the first time. The only feedback for you is next time when you speak, avoid using Hindi words unless it is super necessary. Avoid using Hindi words. Then we had Yatin. I heard you for the first time and you were speaking like a pro. I do not have any feedback for you. Then Rishabh, I think topic for you was quote or advice. I know it's the first time when you were speaking, so you were struggling a bit. So that's perfectly all right. What I learned from Ashish or what I learned from Chintan, the answer to table topic discussion is not to give the answer or not to straight away jump onto the answer, rather narrate a story. That's what you need to do, Rishabh. I think you were just giving the answer instead of narrating the story. That's why you were struggling. Rashmi, no specific feedback for you. You justified your topic really well. In fact, if I were at your place, I would have gone blank because I couldn't understand the topic. First impression or ongoing conversations, I was still struggling on my head what to speak if I were given the topic. So you did it really well. Next, moving on to the table topic master of the day, Toastmaster Dikshita. You chose the topics really well. Very, very nice topics that you picked up for the people, everything related to stress, relaxation. You chose topic around code or advice, then you chose a topic around focus. I think it was very well and very well distributed as well between the guests as well as the already table or the Eloquent Toastmasters members as well. So you justified your role really well. No feedback for you. The last, coming back to the Toastmaster of the day, Ashish. One advice I want to give to everyone on this meeting: whenever Ashish is Toastmaster of the day, please ensure to attend the meeting. And I'm sure when you leave the meeting, you will always learn a lot. I tell you the best thing about Ashish. The best thing about Ashish is, in fact, two things. One is out of the box thinking, and second is how innovative he is. He always comes up with something new, which actually help the listeners to learn during that particular meeting. The way he started in the beginning, he talked about a story of the rock and throwing the water on the rock. And in the second part, the way he linked to that story was beautiful. And towards the very end, he talked about the story about Thomas Edison. And although I knew about that story, but it was so mesmerizing to listen to that story from an amazing storyteller like Ashish and the way he linked to the story with the overall topic. of today's meeting. So kudos to you, Ashish. Obviously, no feedback for you. It's always a pleasure to have you as Toastmaster of the day. Thank you so much. And I hand it back, I think, to the presiding officer, Bhavna. Oh, sorry, not Bhavna. I think Rashmi, you are playing that. Oh, Ashish, you want to say something? Go ahead, Ashish.
I'll take it. Yeah, thank you so much for the kind word. Let's give a huge round of applause. I'll not stand on the weighing scale tomorrow. My weight would have gone up with what you have spoken, Mayank. But thank you so much for the kind words. Yes, I would look forward to feedback from you as well, but where I can step up further. We all are in our journey. I'm a Toastmaster for last about what, 3 years now? Now, 4 years. 4 years now. I started end of the COVID. So you can see, when I was on the stage 4 years back, I was just like one of you, very honest. Right, and the growth which happened, likewise is Chintan. Chintan, you started about the same time, right? 2021, right?
Yeah, 21 September.
So you see the impact of persistence, consistency by being the Toastmaster. Unfortunately, this is again not the one thing that improves you instantly, but over a period of time, you work on it. And this is not, I'm not self-patting or giving pat to him. This is actually credit to the Toastmasters and the fact that we've been able to become consistent, it start helping us to grow. Now we are at 1:15. We are having a meetup of Sparks. But before that, let me start with a story. And today, over the next 5 to 6 minutes, we're going to have 3-4 different stories from different people. These are real life stories on how they make a difference in their life. And you all know Sparks is a community. Many of you are already involved. But let me tell you about Sparks before coming to that. And for that, I take the opportunity to welcome all the people who've joined us. Neetal, Suma. Yeah, very, very warm welcome. And can I record this stuff on the local computer? Is it possible?
You may go to the company's database.
Oh my goodness. Okay, no problem. So we'll leave it that. Thank you.
Just make the recipe over. I'll try to record it in the recipe.
Sure. Okay. Will it work with co-host? Will it work with, yeah, it'll work with co-host. Okay, just see if that works with you. Okay, started. And while the setup is being done, this story I've heard first time from Chintan. So he would know, he narrated this story very recently and I loved it and I thought I'd share with all of you. Doesn't matter. We'll tackle it. We'll tackle it, sure. Doesn't matter. So here it goes. Japanese love their fish. All of you know, right? And they wanted to have as fresh fish as possible. They are so particular that if that fish is old by a few hours also, they can sense it and they can make a difference. I said, no, this is not. Now, as you know, fishes are a particular in number, right? Despite Japanese population is not growing, but the fishing was requiring the fishermen to go farther and farther to get the fish. So what was happening? Because they were going farther, by the time they'll come to the shore, the fish will become stale and the consumers will not like it. Yeah. Fishing industry was trying to find a solution because they cannot get the adequate number of fish from near the shore. So the boats have to go far in order to get the adequate number of fish. But if they get it from far, consumers don't like it. So what is it for? They were trying to find out solution. So what they thought is, they put a tank inside the boat. And they said, we'll not let the fish die. So we'll keep them alive in the tank with water. so that they die once we are at the shore. The problem is solved. Yes, smart idea, but did not work. Because while the fishes were in the tank, they were not having adequate space, adequate water to roam around. They were becoming lazy. And what happened? The fish become stale and the consumers were not liking it. Then the fishing industry found a fantastic solution. And what was that solution? They put one shark inside that tank. And that shark will keep all the fishes running. Of course, it will eat some fishes also, but it will keep all the fishes running, alive, kicking. They have to save their life, otherwise shark will eat. And that one shark made sure that all the fishes were fresh when they were brought to the shore. Do you have a shark in your life? Do you want to have one such shark in your life? Pankaj knows one shark. I'll not mention it. Yeah. So, to me, what we are doing in Sparks is to have that shark with us. And that shark will not kill us. We don't want to be murdered, right? We all want to be alive at the end of our exercises, at the end of the year, at the end of next year, and so on and so forth. But this shark, to me, is what we are trying to achieve by Sparks. We are trying to have someone, a group of people who are nudging each other, becoming an accountability partner of each other, to make sure that all of us are progressing towards our goal. Whether your goal is communication, whether your goal is building a habit, whether your goal is consistency, Shark can help you. Sparks can help you. Sparks can help you get the discipline. It costs zero. It costs just your positive energy, setting a goal and following it day in, day out. The examples which we took, me and Chintan, what both of us were able to do is not to attend the Toastmasters meeting only once in a week. That frequency is too less. You don't need to attend Toastmasters meetings day in, day out. Vimanshu is a good example. On that note, I invite him to share his 1 minute story with your huge round of applause. Timer, please help to time it. At around 50 seconds, you show the green card so the speaker knows. Over to you.
So as I took 21 days of challenge, and the 21 days of challenge, I was especially focusing on my communication skills. I was daily making videos about topics or about my experiences, about my daily habits. And a few days ago, my team leader called me and he said, "You really deal the customer in an amazing way." So he was the word she used. It was pretty inspiring for me, and even I was surprised. My colleagues looks at me and they say like, how you can communicate in an effective way with customers. And it happened because I daily practice it, and I read books and I'm reading all the things out loud so that I can make it as a fluency, and I can also pronounce certain words in a different way, or I can use my stress and these all things. Besides this, if I talk about my overall experience, I believe that people matters a lot. So as I'm connected to Sparks, as I'm connected to Sparks, so I will say that connecting with the right people is a blessing. So like, if you are not able to connect to the right people, you will not be able to grow. You can try alone, but that will be a limited time of motivation. After some time, you will feel stuck, or you will say that leave it. So I believe that to grow, you have to connect with the right people, with the right mindset. And the last thing I will say, that we all came from different ships, but now we are going in one direction, that is self-growth.
Intensity fails, consistency wins. That's what Sparks bring to you. That's what Shark brings to you. And now on that note, let me invite Neetal. And Neetal, would you like to take the stage and share your story, please?
Sure, Ashish. Thank you. So, hello, everyone. As many of you know, I'm Neetal. I'm from Hyderabad. So we started this journey of 21 days self-growth challenge and Sparks together with Ashish. It was his idea to motivate others and let the team build their own ideas and build their own goal. We just motivate them to pursue further. So in that process, it's been 3 months that I have been following my goals along with everyone else in the group. So this November, I picked up 3 small goals. Those were 10K steps, meditation for 15 minutes, and reading a book. So some days were very easy. I could follow through. I could complete my steps. Some days I was not in mood. But then it usually happens that we give up in between. But because of Sparks and because of the group that we created, I was able to pursue it. And I could complete my 21 days November month challenge successfully. And I can see a lot of difference in myself. And it's so inspiring to be part of the group Sparks. And we have so much of fun, encouragement, motivation, and we inspire everyone in the group. So I welcome all of you to join us and celebrate your own goals. Thank you.
That note, Suma, can we invite you to share your 1 minute story?
Hi, Suma here. This is my first month with Growth with Sparks, and it's been awesome to have a group who's also trying very, very hard to build good habits that they've been wanting to build for a long time. So it was about 10 or 12 years ago that I discovered the power of having an accountability partner. I grew up as a couch potato and a TV buff with very little physical activity, and I happened to take up a challenge to run a half marathon. And what saw me through to finishing the marathon that I signed up for was actually having a buddy. So I found someone at my workplace who was willing to put in the practice with me and all of those good things. And I never thought I could finish my marathon, but then I did. And then, upon reflection, I figured out it was because there was somebody who was watching and also doing the same with me that I was actually able to, accomplish my goal of running a half marathon. But that experience kind of happened and I celebrated and reflected, and it fell away. And I kept struggling with being able to build good habits and consistently practice them. But of late, I have come to realize, especially with this WhatsApp group, that it doesn't have to be one buddy, it can be more. And a group really helps. And it has been amazing. I have been more consistent with my goals than I have been in my past attempts. So, really, really thanks for creating this group and keeping it active.
So much, Suma. Now, may I request Kraminka to come and share her experience with all of us?
So I had been trying to meditate for a long time, but struggled with consistency, and I was not getting the result which I always wanted. Then with Sparks, I took the challenge of 21 days, and I started with the guided meditation, and I kept at it. Now it's been more than 21 days. I'm very consistent with my meditation journey, and I can easily save 20 to 30 minutes for the meditation. So thank you, Sparks, for helping me to be consistent in this in my meditation journey, and I'm looking forward to take more challenges.
It may sound a little bit bigger than it is, but it is extremely simple way of setting your goal, following consistency. All what we are doing is encouraging people to set small goals and follow them consistently, right? And with that, I'm 100% sure all of us will have giant impact in our life. Right. On that note, let me invite Presiding Officer Toastmaster Bhavna. Bhavna, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Will you be able to lead the closing section, or should we invite Rashmi over here?
Yeah, I just have one announcement to make, and
Yeah.
then you can take over for the announcement of winners, the role players.
Yeah. Okay. Over to you.
Thank you. So I would really appreciate everybody whosoever turned up today and make this meeting a really successful. Everyone who has shared their journeys, their stories with us. So I think we all need more stories in the upcoming meetings as well. And I am really looking forward everybody to come forward and share their stories, their inspiring stories, their life journeys with us, how they are transforming their lives. Because at the end, I am sure that for me, this is really a dose for the week. I really need that. So moving forward, before we make the announcement of the best role players for today's meeting, I quickly want to take a minute of yours and tell you that we have the educational dashboard available on Toastmaster website. I would request everybody to go there because new term will be approaching soon and elections will be approaching soon. So I would request everybody to look at that dashboard for the educational pathways, the progress that you guys are making. I was checking the progress for few of you where I have seen that there are so many members who have not taken up any pathway or maybe not yet progressed on that particular pathway yet to deliver the icebreaker speech. So I request everybody to please go on the pathways and check for the projects that you are aligned with. This is one. Second is that once you get to the evaluation project in your pathway, I would request you to come up and then take role of evaluation. I understand that this comes with the practice. People are just showing up and taking the evaluation role. But I think when you take the project, when you complete the project, then you get more to learn how you should give the evaluation to someone. So again, this is again aligned with the first point that we should go to the dashboard and look at the projects, the pathways that we are aligned with, and start progressing on that. This is just a request to all of you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bhavna.
Thank you.
We are already over time, and without any further ado, I would like to invite guests on the stage for the feedback, and I would request everyone to vote for our favorite role players, and the voting link is on the group chat in our guest group. So I would like to invite the guests for the feedback. So who wants to come?
We can start with
Okay, we can start with the in-person audience and then we'll take the guest feedback from the virtual audience as well. So from the in-person audience, would you like to come for the feedback? Yeah.
I think it was a great session, and it was lovely to hear Dikshita and Ashish speak, and all the table topic participants as well. For me, I think like I was initially very hesitant of just coming and speaking impromptu, but for me, like it felt like I broke a barrier today by breaking by taking up that challenge and actually coming and speaking. So it gave me a boost of confidence, and I. Looking at all of you speak, I think there's a lot that I can learn from all of you in terms of how to use body language, hand gestures, and voice modulation when you're speaking. So yeah, it was a great session for me. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today.
To share a few words. Yeah, we could not introduce her in the beginning.
I'm sure you can introduce yourself and share the feedback. I know you were a bit late, but then I think you joined the evaluation and
thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me. And thank you so much everyone for having me. I'm Anshu Arora. I work here in PwC in Gurgaon and I'm from Punjab. It's a small town near Bathinda called Dabwali. And I have been connected with Ashish and he has been encouraging me for a while now. But in-person session I had for the first time. And initially I thought I should, because I was late, I should join virtually only. But he still encouraged me and I think that was a great idea. Because coming here and feeling the energy here, it was totally different than when I have joined it virtually. And again, seeing different people on different skill level and different background, that definitely gave me a boost that I can also start this journey now. And it was a great experience. So thank you.
We are looking forward to have you in our upcoming meetings. Okay. So from the virtual audience,
Who's Bob? He's Toastmaster Bob. He's part of Sparks. He's the Toastmaster in our project. Hey Bob.
Hey Ashish, how are you?
Doing good, thank you, man.
So I really don't have much feedback because I joined quite late. So I just like kind of caught the tail end of the session when the Sparks people were talking about their challenges. But yes, always happy to be around Ashish and his initiatives. There's always something new happening with him or things that he's doing. So always appreciate being part of it. Back to you.
okay, so Sharad, how many people have voted? Can you confirm?
Then yeah, quickly, anyone last 2, 3 who is not responsive to respond, we have. Okay, pressing the send button as I can see. Ethan, good to have you after a while, man. Hope you're doing good.
All good, sir. All good.
Yeah, one more one more new member feedback you should have from Anil. First time as a member, right?
Yeah.
So how it feels?
Yeah, it is good, and I think it is value added time. Like rather than reading a novel, even if you come here and you will just join this meeting, couple of like your as a TMoD, your theme consistency. So lots of things we learned from there, and also yeah, it's good. And the feedback session by which we come to know to improve ourselves. That is a good part. So I would love to be part of this responsibility. Yeah.
Now it's time for the awards. Okay. I would like to start with the best auxiliary role player. So this was among timer Mr. TM Kashyap, grammarian TM Mayank, and our counter TM Kraminka. Any guesses? Mayank. Yeah. So it's the Toastmaster Mayank, the grammarian. And whenever Toastmaster Mayank is the grammarian, it's but obvious that he's the winner.
Professor, yes, what your hand? Spotlight, can someone spotlight?
Yeah, I'm doing.
Okay, I'll take from there. Okay, shake hand. The other hand, Mayank. Mayank, the other hand. Other hand. Yeah. Done.
Thank you.
Next is the best table topic speaker. So this was between Anil Shukla, TM Vanshika, TM Sagar, TM Sharad, TM Rashmi, TM Chintan, and guest Vibhanshu, guest Pankaj, guest Yatin, guest Rishabh, and guest Chintan. So
yeah, there are two different, right?
Guest and TM. Okay, so so there are two different table topic winners, one for the members and one for the guest. I would like to repeat the members list. So TM Anil, TM Vanshika, TM Sagar, TM Sharad, TM Rashmi, and TM Chintan. Any guesses? TM Chintan. Our favorite.
Thank you.
Okay, other hand.
Yeah. Super.
Thank you. So the next is guest best table topic speaker. Guest Vibhanshu, guest Pankaj, guest Yatin, guest Rishabh, and guest.
Almost there.
Guest Rishabh. Okay, so Vibhanshu. Yeah, then. It didn't feel like your first speech. Next is the best prepared speaker, and that's TM Dikshita. One and the
The best evaluator.
Next is the best role player. So this is the tough one. TMoD TM Ashish, table topic master Dikshita, and general evaluator Mayank. TM Ashish. Who's taking the picture? I'm taking the picture. The day for this amazing session, and thank you everyone for joining us today, especially the guest. We have a lot of guests today and we enjoyed it a lot. Looking forward to having you as a member, and I'm sure you will join the upcoming meetings.
You can do the group, please.
Yeah, let's have a group photo.
Someone can come this camera. Yes.
Maybe the front audience will come here. This is the camera.
Come this side.
Yeah, no, no. Okay, who's taking the picture? Here, Mayank, can you help us with the photo?
The problem is I won't be able to email it out from my laptop. That is the issue.
Let me click it.
I will take it. I will take it.
Yeah.
One second. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Chintan.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Saw my name somewhere. If there will come someone from the peaceful world, wow, it tops the list would change my life. Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, just it was amazing. I don't know if I evaluated it well, but there was so many things you did. And the tone, the soft tone that you have, I think it's the best thing that. No, but the tone that you have, I think it complements. Your body is so soft, so
There's no link as such. I'll give you the number of
Let's change my life.